From the News Channel 5 Network, this is Morning Line.
Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us on Morning Line. Nick Barris here on a Tuesday. Good show on tap for many of you if you are a senior. And we're going to try to define what is a senior in this day and age as well in a moment here. But if you also have a loved one that you're dealing with on some of the key issues coming up, especially here in Tennessee, or if you live in Nashville, things that are coming up that will relate to senior living with regard to, say, the property value of your home and what you're paying for tax-wise. We're about to embark on a reassessment of property values. And even if the tax rate itself does not increase, okay, that will stay the same, whatever percentage that is. The value of your home is likely going to be more now. As we know, the property values are skyrocketing around here. You're on a fixed income, and all of a sudden you get this bill, and you know what? Your home's worth more now, which is great, because it's worth more, but it's bad because if you want to stay there, you're going to have to pay more property taxes. How do you go about dealing with that? We're going to talk about property tax freeze that's potentially there for seniors. Other issues as well. We're going to talk about some of the scams that are targeting seniors as well, and senior transportation, which is, I think, an issue we don't talk enough about. Our guest this morning is Grace Smith. She's the Executive Director of the Tennessee Council on Aging of Middle Tennessee. Nice to have you on, ma'am.
Thank you. Nice to be here.
Yeah, I was trying to get a handle on exactly what a senior is. What is a senior? What is the definition? Is it the age by which you can join AARP? Is the line changing? What is a senior?
It depends on who you talk to.
Okay.
So if you talk to AARP, it's 50 and older.
All right.
I just received my card this year. If you talk to others, it may be 60, 65. In my parents' case, they're in their early 70s and they still want to think that they're 29.
Yeah.
So, I think it's all relative in some terms, but the typical age range that we think of older adults is 60 to 65.
That's what I'd say, because in the news business, I mean, it's changed for me when we discuss maybe a senior citizen victim. And several years back, that senior citizen victim may have been someone you could have conceivably thought somewhere in their 50s. Not anymore. If the victim is in their 50s now, I'm not going to probably use the senior citizen phrase. But if I do, I will get phone calls about it.
Well,
and sometimes I'll get that period, even for someone who's in their 60s or 70s.
People are living longer now.
Yes.
People are living into their 80s and oftentimes 90s. We have more centenarians than ever, people who live to 100 and beyond.
Sure.
So I think the whole view of aging is changing as people do live longer. And the other dynamic that's happening is we have baby boomers now. 10,000 baby boomers in America are turning 65 every single day.
Oh, wow.
And they are
amazing.
changing the way that we view aging. They do not want to be called seniors, and I'm reminded of that on a regular basis. And they also want to remain active and vital and really contribute and give back, and many continue working beyond retirement years. So I think the whole realm of aging is changing as we know it.
All right, so if you would, just give folks a little primer on the Council on Aging, launched back in, it says here, 1985?
Yes. We were created after a task force out of the mayor's office decided that there needed to be an independent nonprofit that would identify the unmet needs of older adults and be a catalyst to find solutions for those needs. No one was doing it. And really the Council on Aging is the only organization that has that unique role in the community. We do represent Middle Tennessee as a whole, so Davidson County and the 13 surrounding counties. And we identify unmet needs and then develop collaborative solutions. We also provide information. Probably the thing that we're best known for is our directory of services for seniors. This is available in book form at all the public libraries and also at our offices. We also have it available on our website. And this is, I'm a social worker, so for social workers out there, this is the most comprehensive book. But really, for all older adults, this book has information on any type of service you would want to know about. senior centers, home health companies, retirement communities, transportation services, where you can get help with financial assistance. Anything you may need is in our directory. And we do have a new book that will be coming out in January.
How does someone get hold of one of these?
You can come to our office on White Bridge Road. You can go to any public library in Middle Tennessee. They are available free for older adults and caregivers.
Okay.
And you can pick one up.
Wow, it has everything in here. This is a fantastic resource because it's all in one place.
It is, and it's unbiased.
I was going to say, you're impartial, okay?
We're impartial.
There's no political affiliation or anything along those lines. You're a nonprofit, impartial, and
not driven by advertising. This is objective information about services and opportunities that are available in Middle Tennessee.
The typical, are there members then of the Council on Aging, or you don't have membership? What would be your typical customer, if you will, or person that you would treat or help with on these types of things? What would the age be? What's the range of the folks you guys deal with?
We have phone calls every day, and it could be anyone in their 60s to their 80s.
Or family members?
Or family members who call us. Oftentimes we will receive calls from caregivers who are looking for information to help an aging parent. They are wanting help to come in the home while they go to work, or they need to find an adult day program, perhaps a retirement community for a parent who's moving to live closer to them.
Can you give recommendations? I mean, what I mean by that is they're all in here, but some may be better suited for. Do you have the background? If someone says, okay, I look at all these and this is my situation, can you point me to which one might be, or a handful of them? I know you're not supposed to take sides or choose or try to, but just say, well, yeah, this one might be better suited for you, or can you give advice?
We do try to give advice. We won't make a recommendation, say, of one retirement community over another.
Okay.
But we will try to help narrow the focus because we realize that sometimes looking at that book can be overwhelming because it's so much information.
Yeah.
So if they tell us, I live in this particular area, I want to stay here, these are the things I need in a retirement community, or this is what I'm looking for, we will try to help narrow that list if we can.
Yeah, if you have an idea what their needs are, if someone has Alzheimer's or something along those lines.
Exactly.
Okay, well, that's great. And, you know, we can cover some of that, but I think one of the main things we wanted to talk about is we're just right on another assessment year, right?
Yes.
And is it Metro Nashville is going to, I'm trying to think, I think it's most counties, right? I believe in this area, is it not?
Yes.
I mean, Metro's the biggie where we know property values have skyrocketed. And I've done stories on this in the past since they last did it. As long as it's going up, that means there can be seniors, some in homes that they've lived in for decades, correct?
Correct.
In neighborhoods that have suddenly gone from when they moved into it that was maybe lower to middle class, are now upper middle class and very, very more sought after. So property value, you think is great, worth more.
Right.
But if you want to stay there, you're paying more property taxes. What happens? What happens to some of these seniors?
I'm glad you asked. I was just at a public forum last week in the Nations neighborhood hosted by Councilwoman Mary Carolyn Roberts, and it was all about property taxes going up. Charlie Caldwell was there.
Great guy.
Davidson County trustee.
I like Charlie Caldwell.
He is terrific.
Yeah.
And he was there explaining the property tax relief and property tax freeze programs that are available for older adults. And we are working with them to try to make that information readily available. Basically, the property tax relief program is available for homeowners who are 65 and older. You must own your own home and use it as your primary residence. And the maximum income for the applicant's spouse and any owners of the home is $29,180.
Meaning in maximum income from investments or anything else as well, or if they're still maybe working?
It's adjusted gross income.
Okay, so whatever that is, whatever the resource.
Whatever that is,
and most of those people are probably getting it from Social Security, 401k, investments.
Right.
Okay. So how much?
$29,180
to qualify for
tax relief.
Okay.
Which basically means that if you qualify, then you get a credit. So you will get a payment by the state of Tennessee to reimburse you for a portion of those property taxes. And Charlie said it typically ranges from $540 to $620 a year. Now, one caveat is that if you are a veteran or a widower, you do not have the income limit for 2016. So that is something to ask about, particularly if you are a veteran.
Okay.
Now, that's property tax relief. The property tax freeze is a different program, and the income level is higher for that. In Davidson County, and each county is different in terms of their income level. In Davidson County, the income level is $41,660.
Okay.
You still have to be 65 or older by the end of the year in which you apply, and if you have to meet the income limit, but your property tax will be frozen
Where you are now.
Where you are now. It will not go up. The catch is, if you qualify based on the income limit for your county, you do have to reapply every year. But as Charlie explained it to me, it's not difficult. They basically send you a form and you just verify that your income is still below that limit and you'll requalify.
You can't. Could someone do both? I guess not.
Yes.
Oh, they could
yes.
do both. You could do both.
In fact, Charlie said if you qualify for property tax relief, you automatically qualify for the tax freeze.
Oh, okay. Well, that
you
makes
still
sense.
have to apply.
Yeah, still apply for it.
It's
And
important.
As we go to the break, did they give you any? I mean, some of these seniors that are there maybe have already gotten an assessment themselves or have an idea. Are we talking some of them could see a doubling of their property tax? How much? I mean, how much money are we talking more when this is done for some of these homes?
I
mean, I'm just guessing.
Yeah, at least I'm thinking 20 to 30% higher.
All of a
At
sudden.
least the home values have gone up that much.
Gone up that much, which
Now, it depends on the county where you live.
Yeah, the rate. Okay.
But no doubt they're going up everywhere because Nashville is such a growing area.
Yeah, suffice to say, wherever you happen to live in Metro, when this is all said and done, you will be getting a higher property tax bill.
Yes.
And that's not a tax increase in the sense of them moving the rate. The rate could stay the same, which I assume it probably will.
Right.
The values have just increased, so that same rate is going to be taxing you on more value, and you're going to be paying more.
Right.
That goes without saying. So we'll get more into that. We can take some phone calls. Joe and others, if you're on hold, stay there. The number 737-7587 will get you after this. We'll also talk about some of the scams out there, the financial concerns as folks are being targeted, and senior transportation, which I think we don't talk about enough, but you're absolutely right on that. So let's take a break. Be back with more with our guest right after this.